Hello, this is Right Side Trader. Today is July 17th, 2026, and this is my weekly market review. I'm reviewing the Dow 30, that's DIA, on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only, no trade recommendation, because as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading, so please check with your financial advisor, please check with your significant other, and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. All right, let's resize these charts. Take a look at this quarterly chart on the Dow and see where we are at. We got a little red doji up top there and all. So again, the Dow had got above a resistance one, yearly resistance one, and is back below that resistance one and forming a red doji. That's what we're looking at here right now. Nothing crazy happening here on the Dow and all at this time. It's in a little tight range in my opinion. It's in a little tight range in what I think is a tight range in my opinion, between like 520 to 530 and all. Haven't got really a close above that 530 level yet, and as long as we stay within a few dollars of that, in that tight range, I think we're okay at this time and all. So that's what I'm seeing right now, but still be careful, be careful, be careful. We are red and all. Let's go and go down to our monthly chart, see what we see there. On this monthly chart, what we see here, again, first month of the quarter, again, we're seeing the exact same thing we saw before, again, because it's the first month of the quarter. We're seeing that still, that red doji. We are above pivot at this time. We do have higher lows and we do have higher highs here on this monthly and all. The only thing is that we are red. We are above the 9-10 moving average, so technically we are still in a bull market at this time. So nothing to get too concerned about. The only thing is we are red at this time. All right, let's go down to our weekly chart and see what we see there and all. On this weekly chart, zoom in here, and it's on this weekly chart where it gets why you hear me saying be careful, be careful, be careful. On this weekly chart right now, what we are seeing is a evening star and all. This evening star, this three candle pattern right here, is a sign that the market may be getting ready to turn over. We do on a weekly chart have lower highs and lower lows. The only thing now is, will we get a confirmation candle showing that this thing is ready to maybe make a move to the downside? At this time, the only thing that I see good, we are still above pivot. Can we stay above pivot? If we end up getting a close below pivot here on this weekly chart, it might be time to maybe do what? Just pay attention to your trading plan and your trading strategy and trade accordingly. That's all I really can say at this time, because everything is still looking really pretty strong. We're pretty quite extended off this 50 moving average. That's what this green line is down here. If you was wondering what is that line, that's a 50 moving average. I like to see us above the 50 and staying above the 50, but we are a little bit extended at this time. That's what I see. All right, let's go ahead and go down to our daily noise and wrap this on up. On this daily noise things got really kind of crazy. Things have been kind of crazy here on the Dow. Back here we had got a big gap down, and now again we've gotten another big gap down. And also come next week, if this market does what it's been doing in the past on these different gaps, we may open up below pivot, but come next week we might end up back above pivot and back fighting in this area. I don't expect us to break all-time high come next week around that, above that 530 level, but I do kind of expect us to come back up here and feel maybe this gap and all. That's what I see here. Again, because during the week we had seemed like we were going to have was in a little uptrend channel, but somebody pulled the rug out today and on this option expiration day to make sure they made their money on those calls they sold above the market, and that's what I say. I don't know what they did, but again, we can see that the market gapped down. That's what we can see, so based on that, can this market do what it's done in the past? It will not. Put it this way, I do not expect it to move back up to the upside real quickly, if it does move back to the upside, but I do kind of expect, will it do about the same thing that it did last time when it did this? It got kind of choppy this week, it did the same, couldn't break these tops, it kind of filled this gap that it had created, and today it just kind of gapped down. Let's just see what's going to happen next week. That's all I really can say. It's kind of like a wait and see what's going to happen. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I really have at this time. This is Right Side Trader. Hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys have a great weekend. And I'll talk to you next week. Have a good one. Bye. Thank you, new subscriber.